Say there's no place for voter intimidation or political violence in America, whether it's directed at Democrats or Republicans.
In 1798, in the House of Representatives, Tennessee Federalist Roger Griswold attempted to fight Democratic-Republican Representative Matthew Lyon. In 1804, sitting Vice President Aaron Burr shot and killed former Secretary of Treasury Alexander Hamilton in Weehawken, New Jersey. January 30th, 1835, Richard Lawson attempted to assassinate then President Andrew Jackson. His gun misfired, and Jackson then beat the shit out of him with his cane. I think that's one of the reasons why they called him Old Hickory. May 22nd, 1956, in the U.S. Senate, in the old Senate chamber, South Carolina House Representative Preston Brooks beat U.S. Senator from Massachusetts Charles Sumner on the Senate floor over slavery, the Civil War, and a president was assassinated. Oh, and when he refers to political violence, President James Garfield shot and killed by Charles Guiteau. President William McKinley shot by Leon Czolgosz. That's how we got Teddy Roosevelt as president the first time around. And I can go on and on. That was just up until the 1900s. Teddy Roosevelt was shot. JFK was assassinated. Ronald Reagan was shot. The presidential candidate Donald Trump was shot. Political violence is what this country has been doing since before its founding. And we all talk about we need to fight for democracy. We need to fight for this country. We need to fight for our rights. You hear that word all the time. Fight, fight, fight. We're talking about in the ballot box. A lot of people are talking about go fight at the ballot box. But when you hear people say we need to take this country back to 1776, you got to know in your mind what 1776 means. They're talking about taking it to another American Revolution. They're talking about beans, band-aids, and bullets. When you hear political violence in the words 1776, don't tread on me, and all the rhetoric from the American Revolution, they're discussing political violence. And please don't think that I forgot about January 6th, because those are the same people that discussed 1776. Raphael Cruz, Donald Trump, Rudy Giuliani, they all talked about 1776 and fight for this country. And if you don't fight for this country, you won't have a country anymore. That was the rhetoric that was being used up until it came back on them. So the word fight is not a bad term. Telling people to go fight is not a bad term. They're discussing you fighting at the ballot box. But there are just some Americans, a small percentage of Americans, that take that word literally, and that's when you have political violence where someone gets hurt. And to tone down the rhetoric, they all say the same thing.
Say there's no place for voter intimidation or political violence in America, whether it's directed at Democrats or Republicans.
What do you think?
No place, period. No place ever.